1 2 1 2 1 2. Between the East Coast, the Bay Area, and LA and Baltimore, those places made me.
All I need in this life is me and my girlfriend.
So, y'all want to hear the story of Pac's reaction to hearing my vocals on Me and My Girlfriend? That's a pretty good story too, because I was at work at Can-Am Studios, just a normal regular day for me, doing what I do, and I saw him driving up because Can-Am had cameras in the inside and outside of the studio. So I see him driving up the alleyway, and I turn and I look to Isis, who was Kevin Lewis' assistant, and I was her assistant to the studio manager. So the assistant had an assistant, and I was that girl. And I asked her, is he booked to come in for today? Like, I'm really getting worried at this time because I know both studios are being used right now. There's sessions in there. So she like, nah, he probably just stopping by. He might be in the area. And she was like, I did know he was supposed to be on set. So I don't know if he's stopping by and then he's going to set after this or what. So, Pac comes in, makes his way past security and goes to the back studio and talks to whoever is in session. I think Hurt 'em Bad was there, the actual guy that produced, or Daryl Harper or somebody like that. Whoever, the guys who produced Me and My Girlfriend, they were in the studio working in the pre-production room that day. So after he's done talking to them, I assume he just, he figured that he was going to stop by and say what was up to me or say what was up to Isis. So we see him in the monitors making his way to our office. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if he wants something, or is this like just a what's up? What's happening, girls? And it was one of those, what's up? What's happening, girls? And it was an actual bigger moment than I thought it was going to be, because he pokes his head in the door and he's like, yo, what's good? What's up, fam? What y'all doing? Y'all busy? And we like, nah, we kind of bullshitting. We're working, but we kind of bullshitting because it was going to be a quiet weekend. Everybody was preparing to go to Vegas. This is like Wednesday before the Mike Tyson fight that was coming up that weekend. So we like, nah, we just, what's happening? What's going on? What you need? And he's like, nah, I don't need nothing. Did you hear the song? So I'm like, what song? And he like, the song. And then Isis is like, what song you talking about? And I'm such a motherfucking smart ass at the time. I'm like, yeah, nigga, this is a recording studio. Like, we hear all the songs. At the time, we was working on The Dogfather. We was working on Nate Dogg's album. We was working on Danny Boy's album, Jewel's album, OFTB, Red Rum. There were so many albums that were being worked on so like, yeah, nigga, we heard the song, but what song you talking about? Or honestly, no, I didn't know what. I thought it was a setup, honestly, because he liked to play a lot too, right? So he like, our song, right? And he like tapping my chest because he's standing kind of like right in front of me. He like, our song. Did you hear our song? Did you hear My Girlfriend? And I'm like, I didn't even remember that was the title of the song, because I had recorded my part like a week ago. So mentally I had moved on. And at the time too, I was in a rap group. We was like TLC, and it was like a pop rap. I was like the Lisa Left Eye of the group, okay? And the other girls sang. So I had recorded a few other songs too. So you asking me what song, and I kept that a secret because I never wanted to be signed to Death Row after working at Death Row, because it was a lot of shady shit that was going on. And he was like, our song, My Girlfriend, the one that I actually do in the hallway. He was like, you ain't heard it yet? And I was like, oh, I ain't heard it. And he was like, it's dope as fuck. You gotta hear it, queen. Like, you went the fuck off. Like, you brought my vision to life, and I just stopped by. I wanted to thank you. And I also wanted to tell you that I'm thinking about shooting a video for you. Not for me, but for it. And I was like, shooting a video? He was like, yeah, I'm thinking about, like, they had shot. He said, we shot, I Ain't Mad at You. But he always thought that video was corny, being dressed in all white, being an angel. He didn't see himself as angelic and stuff like that. So he thought it was corny, right? He was like, this kind of fit more the energy. Like, it's in the summer. I think it'll be a great way to go out. So I think when we get back, I'm going to have my production company, or whatever production company that he was putting together and working with. He was like, I'm going to put together a video shoot, and I'm going to have you play My Girlfriend and then morph into my gun. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, yeah, you're going to be like, it's going to be different scenes. You're going to be riding in the passenger seat next to me, and then you're going to go from yourself and then to the gun, and then you're going to be in the bed with me with your head on the pillow, and then you're going to morph from yourself and then to the gun. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying, right? Like, really bring to life how and what the song was and how it really went. He was like, I need to give the people a visual so they understand that I'm not talking about a woman, I'm talking about my gun. So I was like, okay. He was like, let me know if you hear it. I would let you hear it right now because I got the CD in the car, but I'm late for set. And Isis was like, I thought you was supposed to be at set. He was like, yeah, but I wanted to stop by and I wanted to talk to Queen. I wanted to talk, y'all coming to Vegas? And I wasn't really feeling good at the time, and I didn't know at the time that I was pregnant, but I wasn't feeling good. So I had canceled my flight, canceled my room, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be there. He was like, okay, so when I get back, don't tell nobody my idea. We just gonna shoot it, and then we gonna see which video is the best and which one has the best vibes. And he left, and that was actually the last day that I saw him alive.
Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building, and this is MAKAVELI Media. Yo, shout outs to Virginia Slim, man. A lot of you guys know her from being the gun on Tupac's song, Me and My Girlfriend. She did a tremendous job, man. She's actually telling her story now on social media, and I know you heard, Suge Knight's rebuttal to her story about how she became the gun on the song in the first place. And, does she have any ownership of any part of the song or what have you? And, that's not important right now. This video right here is about doing Virginia Slim actually talking about that Tupac had an idea to shoot a music video for Me and My Girlfriend. Now, how dope would that have been? Could you imagine? The whole concept of the gun being his girlfriend is already ill enough, right? But she said Tupac kind of gave her the rundown how he wanted the video to go. And he said she would spend like part of the video being his girlfriend and the other half of the video being his gun. And, I don't know what kind of technology they had back then because they pulled it off. But, just the concept of that would have been fucking ridiculous. Tupac was going to shoot a video for Me and My Girlfriend. And that's definitely one of the highlights on the MAKAVELI album. The whole album is dope from start to finish. But Me and My Girlfriend resonated because it was so different than anything else on that album. And it was so different, period, for anything that came out in hip-hop during that particular time. A lot of people like to reference Nas's song, I Gave You Power, when he was the actual gun. But the fact Tupac did it, the gun was his girlfriend, I just think that's just dope. I mean, think about it. Dudes is loyal to their strap. The strap got their back. Some dudes feel invincible when they got the strap on them, got the stick on them, you know what I mean? And he just played it like it was his girlfriend. Now, the whole process of that, how that happened, this particular conversation she had with Tupac, you heard her say she was actually at work. Virginia Slim worked at Death Row. Not necessarily as an artist, but it was a job. People got to do paperwork. People got to type. People got to, go through the mail. It was a business. The record label was ran like a business because that's what it was. But prior to that, she worked for Eazy-E at Ruthless Records. So, she was, knee deep in West Coast hip hop culture at the time. And she even has a baby. He ain't a baby no more, by Eric B. from Eric B. and Rakim, who was going to run the infamous Death Row East. So, I mean, this whole shit is just entrenched with Death Row glory and Tupac's history, man. And I just think it's dope. I never heard that Tupac wanted to shoot a music video to Me and My Girlfriend. I've talked to Gobi several times. I've never heard him mention that. But to hear the young lady that was actually on the album say, yeah, Pac wanted to shoot a music video to it, and he was excited about it. Did you hear the song? Did you hear the song we did? I want to do this. I want to do that. I want this to happen. I want it to go down this way. And then ultimately, he set off for Vegas, and it never happened. See, the Tupac murder in Vegas derailed so many things, man. And not only did it cut Tupac's life short, but it just cut so many ideas and so many careers and so many things that was already in motion just came to an abrupt stop. And, you know, what a loss, man, what a loss. But tell me what you think. Do you believe that Tupac was going to shoot a music video for Me and My Girlfriend? And what's your opinion on it? Do you think it would have been dope? Could you imagine how the visuals would have went? And what would you want to see in that video? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to sub to the channel. This is MAKAVELI Media. Turn on them post notifications so you'll be the first ones to get it when I drop that shit. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm your homie Gab. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.